for the companies and entrepreneurs that are getting ready to sell, how do they, what steps can they take now to make sure that they're positioning themselves to, possibly get the dollar on the dollar or increase every penny on the dollar that they can?
Yeah. So even if you were going to sell the company, let's just say you knew you were going to sell it, but not anytime soon, maybe I'm going to sell 3 years from now, 5 years from now, you're going to get the most value for the company if you start planning for that now. The more you can plan and stage your company to sell, the better. It's just like selling a house. If you sell your house as is, you're going to get less money than if you sell your house after you spruce it up, clean it up, paint it, make sure it's in perfect condition. So what do you got to do to get your house in order to sell your company? Well, make sure that you have really good data. You got to have a solid customer list that's organized, and it's you have your cancels and your prospects and your estimates that you've done that haven't turned into customers. The richer that database is with names of people and information and pricing and conversations, the more valuable it's going to be to your buyer. And again, you want to keep your cancel rates low. You want to keep your customers, your overall customer base in a positive growth momentum with low cancel rates. That's going to help you, get the best value. And you want to have as much recurring revenue as possible, and you want to keep your customers seasoned, so that they're not all just a bunch of new customers, but you got customers who've been there for a long time. You need to make sure if your price list is a little bit on the low side, if let's say you're going to sell in 3 years, it would make sense to start doing some small price increases to get back in line with the market. You don't want to do such a rapid price increase that you lose customers, but you do want to be in market, and you want to be the cheapest guy in town because you will get discounted. And keep in mind, every dollar you add in revenue is going to be an additional dollar of, in your multiple equation when you get your price. So A, you're going to get a higher value. B, you're going to get more dollars. And, if you have a bunch of special sales, the more you can turn them into recurring sales, the better. So let's just say you sell a grub control as an add-on to a customer, on a one-off. If you can convince that customer, or even just make it as part of your sales approach, that, hey, we just do them every year. We sell you grub control this year. We're gonna do it again next year, unless you cancel. Don't make it a one-time special, but you make it a recurring revenue item. You'll get a higher value for those specials. And again, the financials, if, in some cases, an EBITDA is going to be a valuation tool, in which case you want to have a really clean P&L. But most buyers are sophisticated enough to pick through your P&L and just value it on a price per 1,000 square foot and the other avenues that we've talked about. I think the worst thing you can do is say, I'm going to sell my company, and so you start cutting corners, you start using cheaper fertilizer, you don't replace trucks, you don't invest in your people, and then maybe you sell it, maybe you don't. But at the end of the day, you're going to make your business more fragile. And so the best way to sell your company is to run it like you're going to keep it forever up until the day the check clears the bank, for two reasons. One is you'll have a much better company with a higher valuation, but two is you always have the ability to walk away and not sell the company because your company will be solid.
Yep. That last point is really the best piece of advice in there. If you make sure that you're growing and you're running it like you're going to keep it forever, it seems to make the whole thing easier. It pulls on the heartstrings a little bit more.
Yeah.
But it definitely will provide the best return on investment.